Welcome to EcoFarm 2020. I hope you had a good holiday season and you're happy to be participating virtually as we're all doing. There are some benefits of that. We don't have to spend money and time and energy traveling, so I hope we look for the positive about this. Welcome to Yoga for a Healthy Back. My name's Patricia Becker, and I'm very glad to be here with you. Just so you know about me a little bit, I've been coming to EcoFarm for about 30 years now. I started as a volunteer. I was on the board as a secretary, and then I became the volunteer coordinator, and then led workshops, was on the planning committee. It's such a great community of people, isn't it? Isn't it just fabulous? Okay, so we're going to begin our yoga for a healthy back class. So please sit up nice and tall, draw your shoulders back. Wherever you are, just sit down. And we can use yoga to help prevent injuries, yoga to help relieve stress or discomfort in our backs, yoga for a healthy back. It's a wonderful thing. Please close your eyes. Please settle in to being present here now with your body, with your breath. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the flow of your breath. And when we just take time like this to reconnect to our breath and our body, it promotes well-being. Now even out your breath. You can inhale to the count of 4 or 5, pause, and then exhale to the same 4 or 5 count, pause again, and repeat. And the daily challenges or stress or anxieties or problems that come to us during our days, those energies can be deposited in our bodies, in our backs, in our hips, in our legs, anywhere. Just taking even 90 seconds to slow down and connect to your breath like this can help release stress, can release tension. when we focus on our breath, it brings us right to the present moment. Not worried about the past, not concerned about the future, just in the gift of being present. Take a deeper inhale, slower exhale, and gently open your eyes. Okay, I'm going to meet you on your hands and knees. Please come to your hands and knees. And bring your knees back behind your hips, just a little bit. Please spread your fingers really wide. Yeah, and have your hands right under your shoulders. You want to have a lot of space between your shoulders and your hips and your hips and your shoulders, as much as you can get. And we're going to massage the back with cat and cow. Maybe some of you know this. Exhaling, round your back up to the sky. Tuck your chin all the way in. And slow inhale, start arching. Arching, arching, arching. Sit bones up, shoulders up, gaze up. And as you exhale, round your back. Take your navel to your spine even. Inhale, arch. Let your belly hang. Melt your heart as you look up. Exhale, round again. You may feel some chiropractic adjustments happening. There's no extra charge for that. Arch. We'll do it a few more times. See if you can feel vertebrae by vertebrae. The nice stretch and length you're creating. Melt your heart as you arch. One more time. Exhale. Stretch your middle back, lower back, and upper back up to the sky. And pause through neutral, neither arching nor rounding. Please take your knees apart. Set the tops of your feet down and bring your big toes to touch each other. And now press your hips back towards your heels. For child's pose, balasana. And here, reach your arms long. Reach long, press your hips back as far as they will go. Feel a nice big stretch in your lower back. And as always, please modify any pose to fit your particular body. Any concerns or any conditions that you have right now, modify. So every yoga pose feels good. There should never be any pain. And now walk yourself out over your right knee. Inhale and grow your spine long. Reach your arms long out over your right knee. Exhale, tack your left hip back. Melt your heart down. Come through center. Walk your torso and your arms out over your left knee now. Inhale, grow your spine really long. As you exhale, tack your outer right hip back. Come through center. You can rest your forearms down, rest your forehead down. So a lot of back pain, back discomfort that we have comes from compaction, from gravity compacting us down, and also from sitting. Our hips get scrunched together. So with the stretching, the yoga stretching will free it up. Also will strengthen the muscles around the back and the core. Inhale up to all fours. Bring your knees back parallel. Tuck your toes and make sure your knees back just a teeny bit behind your hips so you get lots of space. And now press your arms straight, firm your belly muscles, and take your right leg all the way back. Yeah. Exhale, round your back. Take your navel to your spine. See if you can touch your knee to your nose. Inhale and lengthen. Stretch out to your spine, out to your head, out to your right foot. Exhale, round again. See if your knee will touch your nose. If you don't, maybe your nose is too short. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round again. Take your navel to your spine. And then lengthen out, out, out. Lengthen out through your leg, out through your spine, out through your head. Good. Set your knee down. Stretch your left leg back. Yeah, way back. And on your exhale, take your navel up to your spine, round your back, and take your knee to your nose. As much as it'll go. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round, navel up to your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract your abdominal muscles. Bring your knee up towards your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, set your left knee down. Take your knees apart again. Touch your toes together, and we'll take another child's pose. This time I'll give you the option of growing your spine long, coming up on your fingertips to press the front of your mat away from you if you want it more active. Or you can rest your forearms down and your forehead down. Either way, you choose. Stay connected to your breath. And now, come back up to your hands and knees. And then tuck your toes. Lift your knees up part way. So we're taking a down dog with the knees bent. Knees bent. Generously. Push the floor away. Push your mat away with your knees bent. Feel the arch you have in your lower back. Yeah. And now slowly we'll start walking the dog. So take one leg straighter. Keep the other knee really bent quite a bit. And then bend the opposite leg and take the opposite leg straight. And then continue doing this slowly. So it gives you time to feel the stretch in the back of your legs, a bit of a stretch in your hamstring. The hamstrings are directly connected to the health of the back. And now stretch your legs back straight. Both of them straight back. Hips up and back. Inner thighs up and back. Outer hips up and back. And now slowly bend your knees and walk your feet up to meet your hands. Keep your knees bent here, please. And take your arms up overhead. Hold your hands overhead and let your head hang. Keep your knees bent. You feel a nice hamstring stretch. So as I was saying, the hamstrings are crucial to the health of the back. If the hamstrings are too tight from just walking and running and working and not stretching them out, well, then they'll start to pull on the back.
And that's not good. Then that can cause pain and all sorts of other issues. So we have to take time to stretch out our hamstrings. This is a wonderful way to do it. Knees back. Head hanging, shoulders up, reach up to the sky. And now bring your hands to your hips. Draw your shoulder blades on the back, press through your legs, and inhale, stretch up to the sky, press your legs straight and reach up, up, up. Yeah. Stretch up as high as you can as you root through your legs. Exhale your arms down nice and wide. And then inhale up again, stretch. Press through your legs, lift up through your spinal column. Exhale your arms down. And we're going to do a balancing pose here. So interlace your fingers, press your palms out, and then press your palms up to the sky. Stretch up, up, up. And now bend to the right. Bend to the right. Take your right foot out. See if you can pick your right foot up a few inches. And then set the right foot down. Stretch tall. You lengthen. Before you bend to your left. Take your left foot out. And pick it up if you can for your balancing act. Exhale, lower that leg down and re-stretch up to the sky. Exhale your arms down. I have a YouTube channel with 40 or 50 yoga classes on it. The first one I ever made was yoga for a healthy back. If you want to find it, just go to Patricia Becker Yoga. And I should pop up. Let's do some hip circles. Loosen up your hip joints as you stretch your back. Go the other way. Standing poses also beneficial for the back, and standing balancing poses. So we're going to do another balancing pose. Tree pose. You may have heard of that. Okay. So bring your legs back parallel. And when we're thinking about a healthy back, you want to check and make sure, see how you stand, see how you naturally stand, or see how you walk. If you naturally have an outer rotation, many of us do, maybe you have just one foot that goes out, like I used to, but then I retrained it. Because if your feet are coming out, then it's compacting your lower back again, and not good. So we have to get ourselves in good alignment. So we'll start here, good alignment. Lift up through your spine, we'll root through your legs. Let's bring our hands on our hips as a reminder to really root down through your legs so your spine feels free. Shoulders back. Let your right leg turn out for a natural hip opener. So you can place your right heel on your left ankle if you're practicing balancing, and you can pick it up, put it back down to practice, or you can put it on your calf or your upper inner thigh, not on your knee, please. You don't want to press your foot into your knee. You don't want to have knee issues. And then bring your hands in front of your heart. And if you're wiggling and wobbling, that's natural. As you know, nothing in the universe is stagnant. Everything is pulsing, everything. All of our organs, the skins of the cells in our body, everything's pulsing. Stay here. We'll come back in it if you fell out. And then you have the option to reach your tree branches up to the sky. Reach up through your fingers, reach up through your arms, reach up through the top of your head. as you root down through your left leg. Exhale your arms down. And that leg comes down. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Heel on your ankle, calf, or upper inner thigh. And then sometimes it's just good to put your hands on your hips to remind you to really press through your legs, strong legs, so the back is free and it's not taking more energy or stress than it needs to. And then once you feel good with your shoulders back and your spine nice and long, you can bring your hands together in front of your heart in honor of yourself. Making time for your self-care, your back care. Stay here or reach your arms up. As you're reaching your arms up, you can even reach up the corners of your mouth. And then slowly come on down. Good. This next pose is called Utkatasana chair pose. Bring your legs parallel. This is one of the most important poses to remember for a healthy back. Bend your knees. Take your sit bones back. I'm going to show you here sideways. Take your sit bones way back. Legs parallel, feet parallel. Now put your hands on your thigh, right up by your hip crease. Draw your shoulders back. Yep. Push your hands into your skin. Push your skin into the muscles. Put the muscles into the bones. Your body loves this. And then see if you can use your inner thighs to take your sit bones a little further apart. And now once you've done that, give your tailbone a little tuck down. Yeah, so you've just created width in your back and length. Now press your legs and stretch up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach as high as you can. See if you can grow 1 inch taller. Exhale your arms down. That's very good. Again, a lot of lower back discomfort or pain is it's all scrunched together. So this frees it up. And it works like that. I've taught it to many people, even people on the sidewalk, an old man walking by, set his back. He said, that works, that works. So let's do it again. You want to remember. You want to make sure your legs are parallel, feet are parallel. Put your hands way up here, right by your hip crease. Sit low. You don't have to sit too low. And draw your shoulders back. And keep your head in line with your spine here. And it always helps if you turn up the corners of your mouth a little bit. And then just by doing this, you're creating width in your lower back. But see if it's possible to spin your inner thighs apart a little bit to take your sit bones a little further out. And once you've done that, just a slight tuck of your tailbone down to create that length. And breathe. And now push through your legs and stretch up. That's the final piece. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale your arms down wide. So non-credo, don't believe me. Do that for yourself. If you ever get lower back pain, should work. Okay, shake a leg. Shake a leg, shake a leg. Just shake it up, shake it up. Shake the other one up. Okay. So now wrap your right leg over your left. And just find a place where your legs can be stable. You can put your foot a little further down, a little further, closer together. That's where you have your front of your foot and the back of your foot down, all 4 corners of each foot down. Now squeeze yourself together, side to side. Squeeze your hips together, squeeze your inner thighs together. And then hook your thumbs together and stretch high to the sky. Reach up. So now we're squeezing ourselves together, lengthening through your whole spinal column, and then bend to your right and keep breathing. Imagine there's space between each little vertebrae that you're creating with your breath. And stretch tall. Bend the other way. Lifting up through your torso as you bend and breathe slowly and deeply. Stretch up. Exhale your arms down. And then unwrap your legs, only to wrap them up the other way. And then hook your other thumb on top, your non-dominant one. Stretch high. Squeeze yourself together side to side. Press through your legs as you reach through your spine. And then bend to one side. So yoga, what it really does is help release your body's own innate healing abilities. The life force in you gets free to circulate and heal. Stretch up and now bend to the other side. And stretch tall. Exhale your arms down nice and wide. And then please unwrap your leg. Okay, so come on up to the top of your mat if you strayed like I did. And take your legs a little wider than hip width distance. Bend your knees, take your hips back. Take your hips way back, keep your knees bent, and touch the earth. Yeah. If the earth is too far, put a block down there. And now press through your legs, firm your belly, and inhale yourself up and reach the block up to the sky. This is just practicing picking something up in a safe way. Bend your knees again, take your hips back, lengthen your spine long, and then put the block down or your fingertips down. Sit bones apart like we did in Utkatasana, chair pose. Firm your belly, make sure your legs and feet are parallel, and then inhale back up. Firm your belly, stretch up to the sky. One more time. Bend your knees, hips back, exhale, fold, put the block down. So you can have your legs actually, we have them wider than hip width distance. Once you get more adapted this with your legs wide, you can bring them parallel again. Hip width distance parallel, there's parallel now. One more time. Take your navel to your spine, press through your legs and reach through the top of your head, through your arms, reach the block, push the block up to the ceiling. Bend your knees, hips back, navel back, exhale, legs in your spine. As you take your fingertips or the block down to the mat. And then with your hands on the block firmly or your fingertips down, step your left leg back, set your left knee down. Right leg back, right knee down. And then place your hands back down. If you had a block, set it to the side. Okay, walk your knees back further. Press your arms straight. Tuck your toes. Now, knees up, hips up for downward facing dog. I call this the BFFP, our best friend forever pose. It's such a good pose. Stretches out the back, the legs, everything. Makes us strong everywhere. Now we're going to do the same variation that we did before, taking the leg up and back and then the knee to the nose. If you'd rather, you can come to your knees and do it. Get the weight back in your legs. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, contract. Navel to your spine, knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee toward your nose. Inhale, stretch long through your spine, long through your leg. One more time. Exhale, navel up toward your spine. And then inhale, like that. Exhale, set your right leg down. Get your legs back, thighs back, hips up. And then inhale your left leg all the way up. Exhale, take your navel to your spine, meet your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. Exhale. Round your back. Contract your abdominal muscles. Inhale, lengthen all the way up. And then set the left foot down. Take your knees apart. Touch your big toes together and take another child's pose. This is a great pose for stretching out your back. If for some reason your hips don't want to come back in this pose, maybe you have knee issues or something like that, a knee injury. Another variation is reach your arms out. You can press your forearms down and take your hips back as far as they go. This is called puppy dog pose. So you're taking your hips back and pressing your arms forward for a very similar action, getting space in your back and your spine. And now, whichever variation you're on, please come to your bellies. We're going to do some belly back bends. They are the most strengthening poses of all for our backs. We don't use our arms to lift us up. We use our muscles of our back. Take your hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Please squeeze your legs together. Press your legs down. Press your pelvis down. Inhale your head up, chest up, shoulders up. Shalabhasana. Take your shoulders up and back towards your heels. Take your hands back to your heels. Inhale up a little bit higher if you can. Look up too. It's helpful to look up when we're trying to get up. Hold the pose, but come down a couple of inches. And press your legs down again. Inhale up higher. Inhale up. Shoulders back. And then slowly unclasp your hands. Turn your head to the side. Set it down and feel. So strengthening for your back. Very safe, very strengthening. If you go for yoga, if you go for physical therapy, a lot of times they're using yoga therapy. A lot of those poses that they do, they've derived from yoga. Yoga is 3,000 years old. Self-care practice. Thank gosh we're here doing it. Okay, we're gonna do that Shalabhasana again. Take your hands behind your back, hold your hands or interlace your fingers, either one, the opposite way though. Squeeze your legs together, press your feet down, press your thighs down, press your pelvis down, and then inhale your torso up, head up, shoulders up and back. If you can keep your legs parallel, you can lift up your legs too. You can keep touching them or keep them parallel. Inhale up higher. Lift your legs from your inner thighs. Up, 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 up. Hold the pose, but come down a couple inches. And then inhale up higher. Legs parallel, please. Exhale, slowly come all the way down. Turn your head to the other side, unclasp your hands, and feel. Feel that vitality pulsing through you. As we get curious, as we reimagine a healthier body, a healthier back, it's possible. Albert Einstein says, imagination is more powerful than knowledge. It's one of my favorite quotes. Okay, Superwomen and Superman. Take your arms out along your side, turn your palms up, and curl your shoulders up, lift your head up, lift your chest up. You can lift up your legs too, as long as you can keep them parallel. Yeah. If they go out, you're hurting your back, your lower back, and we're trying to help heal our lower back and keep it strong forever. Inhale up as high as you can. And you can exhale down a little lower, but keep the pose. And then go as high as you can. Superwomen, Superman. Lift your left shoulder up higher. Right shoulder up higher. Left leg, right leg. Lift it up for world peace, world health. Good. And then slowly come on down. Turn your head to the side. Feel the prana flowing through you. And now roll over to your backs. And if you have a block, bring a block with you. Have your lower back down on the mat or the floor. Bend your legs. And then put the block in between your feet. If you don't have a block, pretend like you have a block. Keep your feet active, spread your toes. And then straighten your legs. Squeeze the block. Interlace your hands behind your head. Let your head rest in your hands there. Please draw your elbows open. And now we're going to strengthen our core. Stabilize this region here. Stabilize our back and the organs inside. We're going to exhale our chest right up in between our legs. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale your chest up. Inhale down. Keep going. Look up when you're trying to get up. Lift up as high as you can. Inhale down. Exhale up. You feel your belly being engaged. Your back is on the mat. We're just going to do about 108 of these. I'm kidding. We'll just do a few. We're just playing. Do as many as you can. And if you need to pause, pause. Maybe you can even do more after I've stopped. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale way up, up, up. Inhale down. Do 3 more. And do 1 more. Exhale all the way up, everyone. Up, up, up. And slowly come down. Rest your head down, unclasp your hands. Put your hands in a catch position. Drop your block and catch it. Excellent. And we'll set the block aside. Put your feet down with your knees bent. Just for good measure, put your hands on your thighs again like we had it in Utkatasana, chair pose. Push your hands into your skin into the muscles, muscles into the bones. Push your thighs away from your shoulders. Take your lower back down to the mat, and you're giving your back lots of traction and length and space. And release. That's another great pose, just to stretch it out. Okay. Let's do bridge pose, Setu Bandha. Bring your shoulders together, close together, as close as you can. You can't really bring them together, but anchor them down. See if you lift your chest up. Press your feet down and lift your hips up. We also did this in the yoga relief for your neck and shoulders. A lot of poses that you can accentuate a different part of them to accentuate the part of the body that you want to. So here, press your hips up and you're giving your back some strengthening, some compacting. Sending lots of good circulation there. Opening up the front of your hips, your hip flexor, which is also related to health of the back. Press through your feet, lift your hips up higher. And then slowly bring your hands up, let your hips come down. And then hands on your thighs, right by your hip crease, push your thighs away, give your back traction. So in that bridge pose, you can release. In the bridge pose, we're deliberately lifting it up. So we're compacting the lower half, but we're stretching out the front half. It's not just gravity happening without our awareness. So there's a difference there. Okay. And we'll do it again. Press to your feet, bottoms up. You can keep your arms along your side if you prefer, or you can bring your shoulders closer together to help lift your chest up too. And lift your hips way up. Press your feet down. Check and make sure your whole foot is pressing down, the front and the back and all the toes. And check and make sure your feet are parallel, hip width distance apart. That's a skillful play. Play in good alignment. And release your hands, set your booty back down. And hands on your thighs again for back traction. Press your hips, thighs away. And release. Okay. So bend both legs, hold on to your shins, and then take your knees out. We're going to do sacrum circles. Take your knees away and then over to the other side, in closer, out to the other side. Sacrum circles. Give your lower back a nice massage this way. Isn't it wonderful that we have these practices that we can do to maintain our own health? Go the other way with your sacrum circles. And now squeeze your knees all the way in and set your feet back down. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more for the core, the abdominal region, which is good for all around here, the lower half of your torso, your organs, and your back muscles. So interlace your hands behind your head again, behind your occiput, the base of the skull. Keep your elbows wide, lift your chest up. Now we're going to exhale the right chest up towards the left thigh, and then inhale down. Left chest up to the right thigh, inhale down. You can do this variation or bring your shins up parallel with the floor. And if you have a block, you can put a block in between your shins. Okay? Exhale, right chest to left thigh, inhale down. Exhale, left chest to right thigh, inhale down. Try to keep your elbows wide. Move from your core. Never criticize yourself if you can't do something as much as you think you should. Just be playful, be curious, and come back. Come back and practice again. Play again. Got to make the yoga fun as well as feeling good. So you want to come back, right? 2 more times on each side. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale down. Set your head down, remove the block. Good job. Set the block aside. Now stretch your legs long. Stretch them out. Stretch your arms overhead. Imagine somebody you love is pulling at your ankles, and someone else that you love is pulling on your wrists, creating so much space through your whole body, through your back. Stretch, stretch out. Now point your feet. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. And then bring your arms down along your side. And feel. We're going to do a hamstring stretch. So please bend your knees. Make sure your lower back's on your mat, on the earth, on your mat. Press your left foot into the mat. Take your right leg up. Hold on to the belly of your hamstring, right in between your knee and your hip. And now press your right thigh away from you. Press your hands into your hamstring. Press your hamstring back into your hands. Now give a little pull down. So you're dragging your hamstring attachments down towards your hips. The whole hamstring comes down. Yeah. And then optionally you can straighten your leg. Yeah, we want to keep our hamstrings limber as well as strong, so they don't start pulling on your back and creating misalignment, your hips or your back. And bend that leg, set the foot down, press that foot down, pick up your left, and then interlace your fingers behind that hamstring. Tack your left thigh away. You can keep your left knee bent if you'd like, or stretch it straight up. You're tacking your left thigh away from your torso, so you're giving your hamstrings a stretch as well as giving your back traction. It's a 2-fer, 3-fer, 4-fer. And set that foot down. We're going to do it again. Go back to the first side. Interlace your hands again behind the belly of the right hamstring. And then optionally stretch your leg straight up to the ceiling. Activate your toes. Press your right thigh away from you. Nice hamstring stretch. Second go round, you can keep your left foot pressing into the mat or slide your left heel out on your mat to take your left leg straight. Tack your left thigh down for a bit of a hamstring stretch here on your left leg as well as your right. Tack your left heel down, left thigh down. Toes spread on both feet. And then we'll pulse this pose. So you can take your right leg a little more, take the stretch a little deeper if you'd like, if it feels right, and then release it. And then just pulse the pose little by little. Stretch it and release it. Stretch it a little more and release it. That's how we grow. That's how we progress. Little by little. We're using organic fertilizer here, not chemical fertilizers. And release. Right foot down. Hoist your left leg up and hold on to the back of your left hamstring. Double check, make sure your back's down on the mat. Tack your left thigh away from your torso. Optionally slide your right leg straight, tack it down. And then take your left leg overhead more if you'd like. And then release it. And just move it around here what way feels good for you and your body now. Good job. Bend that leg, set that foot down. And bend your right leg. Pick up both legs. Hold on your shins. Lift your chest up. Lift your head up. Squeeze yourself in. Squeeze, squeeze in. Really, really tight. Hug your chest in. Squeeze. Contract everything. And then exhale, release. Let your legs go long. Let your arms come alongside your torso, palms face up. This is palms are up in a gesture, receiving the benefits of your practice. Let your legs fall completely open if you're comfortable like that. If this, for any reason, is not comfortable in your lower back, then please bend your knees. Take your feet wider than your hips and let your knees rest on each other. Get settled in here. Close your eyes. This will be a final relaxation pose. Let your body absorb the nutrients of all that you've just done. Please rest your awareness in the flow of your breath. Return to your breath. Take a couple of longer, deeper breaths. And then if you have your legs straight, please bend one leg, set the foot down. Then the other, set that foot down. And roll to your right side, everyone, knees bent now. Rest your head on your forearms. Please let your legs be really heavy, like you have sandbags weighted to them. As you use your arms to lift you up to seated, drag your legs in place. You don't want to move your legs too fast after you've just had this luscious yoga practice. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, I love hearing from you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. From my heart to your heart, namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your conference. Yes, it's
very exciting to be with all these people healing our earth, taking care of our birds and butterflies and worms, and feeding us good, nutritious, delicious food. Yay. Thank you, farmers. Thank you, organic farmers. You are my heroes. See you for another class. Bye-bye.